Are you ready for the good times?
Welcome everyone to another edition of Die After Dark. Today we have Shabnam's favorite people in the world, Bad Boy. No. Sorry, Bad Boy Billionaires.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah, you don't need the billionaires, right? You just need the bad boy. The bad boy.
Oh man, I think the bad boy without the billionaire is kind of pretty lame.
Yeah, I mean, a bad boy could just be a guy on a motorcycle, right? He picks up his date. He looks super suave. He has like a chain. He has like a leather vest without sleeves on. That could be a bad boy. It doesn't mean some ladies are into that, right? He doesn't have to be a billionaire.
You mean if he looks like a bad boy, but he's not necessarily is a bad boy? That's good too.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, let's get into this bad boy. So today we are reviewing Bad Boy Billionaires India, a Netflix original. It was released in 2020, but I can say this right now, not much has changed since 2020. So wherever this gets left off, that is kind of where we are chilling. This billionaire is Vijay Mallya. And let's do this. Instead of me describing who he was, anyone that's listening to this, but maybe you haven't watched the episode in full detail, turn the episode on. Get to 2 minutes, and then really start paying attention. And then when you get to 2 minutes and 9 seconds, pause that shit. And there's gonna be a haircut. There's gonna be a haircut in your face. And this man is like 65 years old at this time. And tell me he isn't guilty with that fucking haircut. So
is it a mullet? I didn't catch that.
Is it a haircut even? Like, or was it like an iRobot thing? His clippers came to life in the middle of the night. But this dude has money. You know what haircut I'm talking about, right?
No.
Oh, Shabnam. You got to look at the rest.
Okay. Oh, damn.
Oh, damn is right.
Why do rich Indian men always try to look like cowboys?
That seems to be what we point out almost every single time we talk about somebody that's brown and over the age of 38 years old.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's like rocker on the sides.
Yeah.
Redneck in the back.
Hey, bigger the front, bigger the back.
Bigger the back. Oh, man.
I mean, hey, you saw that haircut, right? You tell me this guy's not going to get patted down by TSA if they saw him like walking up. If he's not wearing a suit and he has that haircut in like some shorts and a wife beater, that guy's going to get pulled aside by TSA. So this guy made the conscious decision while owing $1 billion to the Indian government to go out with that haircut and defend his innocence. I don't know, dude. So this guy's guilty. 2 minutes.
Yeah. I feel like he thinks that he has enough money to have that haircut and still be declared innocent. Like, that's some kind of shit where it's like, I have so much power in this world. I'm just going to do some crazy shit and still expect everything to be fine. That's literally what he's doing.
Yeah. And you're totally correct, because this series starts with that haircut, and that haircut is the most obscene thing I've seen in this series until 2 minutes, 9 seconds. And then it makes sense why he has that haircut. Because this guy is just DJ Uncle from, Imrani Mukherjee. I bet this guy actually ran in that crew, right?
Probably.
Like,
yeah,
I would
actually,
be very surprised if they didn't know each other.
I bet they know each other.
Right.
So the whole thing starts with Vijay Mallya's 50th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this uncle is called Vijay Mallya, and he has like this huge 50th birthday bash, and all these Bollywood celebrities are there, and Lionel Richie sings at his 50th birthday, and he's on top of the world. And then we get this backstory of how his father had this huge alcohol business, but it was really underground because post-partition, Gandhi was full on prohibition. He felt like alcohol was like a white thing that the colonizers brought. And so he was like, fuck that shit. It's not ours. It's not part of our culture, and no alcohol allowed. And so India like didn't have alcohol until Vijay Mallya's dad decided to bring back some of the alcohol culture. And he became a really successful businessman. Was he the one that started the pub, or Vijay started the pub?
Vijay started the pub. Yeah, Vijay started the pub. Yeah. So all the branding and everything, they barely get into the dad, and it's different. It's United Brewing. And then Vijay's the one that goes Kingfisher.
Okay. So Vijay's dad basically his brand is called, like you said, United Brewing. And then all of a sudden, when Vijay's 28, his dad gets really, really sick and dies of a heart attack. Right. But it's like super sudden and Vijay has to take over the business. But the Vijay's personality is like super different than his dad's. His dad's was like, I'm going to stay underground and be like really subtle and stay out of the limelight because one of my biggest money makers is selling alcohol, which is not really, something that's accepted in society. So he took that route. Vijay was the complete opposite. He was like into Formula One and was like a huge attention whore,
Yeah.
basically.
No, I know.
And
It's kind of funny. It's like the dad started United Brewing. He did make a ton of money, even though alcohol culture wasn't as pervasive because there's so many fucking people in India and they do drink. It's not like, it's not super against the religion. It was super against the constitution that Gandhi wanted to
yeah,
implement because of the anti-colonial bias. But it's kind of funny. This kid, like, he just grew up around alcohol, right? So
yeah,
I don't know what his childhood was like because they don't get into it, but I can just imagine him being a complete shithead. Like
yeah.
I know how these South Asian boys can get, right? When they're spoiled. They're pretty spoiled, right? Nothing they can do is wrong. So I can see how this guy became who he is.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that too. And so he ended up at 28 now needing to take on his father's business, but he was basically taking it on with a whole new culture and his
Mhm.
own attention whore personality. So he gets in charge of the company and he saw an opportunity to change the public opinion on alcohol. So he recognizes that the social air of a British pub would actually do really well in Bangalore because of the tech scene and a lot of young people. So the first pub started in the mid 1980s and they started selling draft beer and it was super, super successful. People would say, "Give me a Kingfisher," instead of like, "Give me a beer." So it became like so synonymous with alcohol, which is actually really bad legally for your trademark because that's what we call trademark dilution. But anyways, we don't need to like go
But
into
that's
law
what
school
they
class right now.
no, but that's what they get into, right? So
Yeah.
instead of trademark dilution, he was saying it's like surrogate advertising. So they couldn't advertise alcohol. There's alcohol is not allowed to be advertised in India whatsoever. And also in the United States, actually, you can't advertise alcohol while drinking, right? Snoop
What?
Dogg is just, yeah. Snoop
You
Dogg is
can't
holding,
advertise
yeah.
alcohol.
You can't have drinkers.
Oh.
You can't have drinkers. They just
Oh,
hold the
interesting.
beer on the beach, right? Like
Oh, that's
Snoop
crazy.
Dogg in a Corona commercial, right? Or George Clooney holding a glass of tequila, his tequila. He's holding it.
I didn't even know that. That's
Sorry.
weird.
Hey,
Why?
welcome to Sameem's advertising corner. I don't know why. I think it's because there's probably some regulations, same regulation that probably puts warning labels on cigarettes. I don't know.
That's wild. I,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
It's kind of strange, right? Like I think this country's so dumb that people don't know that you can actually drink the alcohol, right? If you're holding it. So if you see someone drink it, you're more likely to drink it. I don't know. That might be true.
Yeah. I don't know.
But yeah, India Constitution, alcohol was banned. These guys could not like advertise. So like you said, he
But
ended
the
up
not advertising came later,
that
right?
came no, that came right away because Kingfisher beer was like his thing, and he was already well. You're totally correct. The pubs came in like 1983 or something, like you
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
But yeah, the dad wasn't advertising because he couldn't. So then they had to build a brand around it. So they started to do surrogate advertising, Kingfisher soda, which looked like a
Hmm.
Kingfisher beer. That's actually pretty smart. Like,
Yeah, because if
yeah,
you like Kingfisher soda, you're going to be like, "Hey, let me try Kingfisher beer," if you're
yeah.
into beer, right? But another interesting thing is the pubs were actually safe for women. So that
Mhm.
was a huge thing because women would actually want to hang out there, which is unusual.
Yeah, they
I
said
think.
that. That was kind of interesting.
Thank you for listening. And if you enjoyed what you heard and you'd like to support Sameem and I, please head over to patreon.com/jaiafterdark and you can sign up for a lot more cool paid content. As always, rate us, give us 5 stars only, please, and write us a lovely review. We'd love to hear it. And don't forget to follow us on all our socials. We're at Chai After Dark on Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, and everywhere.